It has really nice ideas in there. It's a really nice mix between digital and real characters. This is a very interesting mix of aespa's actual faces, so are the vocals, and the person that you see that is pretending to be Navis is actually a real person. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Is this the future of K-pop? SM Entertainment just created a marketable idol that they don't have to pay, ever. Hello guys, this is Juneri, I'm an artist developer and producer, and today I'm going to watch Nævis Done.
In the garden, there's a snake crawling. I'm a walk, but you're happy before you come here. Swallow your golden gun, bang bang, as you run. Watch me come till I numb. Pain, pain, I'm done. Liar, 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 no. Pretty, pretty girl's gonna go. Fear the change coming. I'm a walk, buckle up, I feel I'm coming. Swallow the rising sun, run, you should run. Watch your cuts, you might burn. Pain, pain, undone. Liar, 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 no. Pretty, pretty girl's gonna go. You liar, 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 no. Enough of this, enough of that, done. You liar, 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 no. Pretty, pretty girl's gonna go. Oh, higher, 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 low. I'm a finish rising from the dust. We're such a wonderful feeling. Love how I'm falling to pieces. You liar, 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 no. Done. Enough of this, enough of that, done.
Hello Namsan Tower. Lots of people in the production. So done. And we're done. I'm joking. So, SM Entertainment have finally shown us Nævis, whose Nævis is aespa's side character, let's call it. When aespa debuted, they debuted with a concept that included some kind of AR, augmented reality, because that was the buzzword back then. But after many years, the buzzword has changed to AI. So here we are with what's supposed to be AI character. So while concept-wise, you can say this is an AI character, supposedly thinking by herself, this really doesn't have much to do with the reasons that AI is a buzzword right now. Because this is actually just a produced content. It's not like they sat at a computer and they say, hey, make a Nævis new song, make a Nævis character, something like that. No, this is produced by actual humans. And the person that you see that is pretending to be Nævis because they changed their face later via digital editing is actually a real person. I just wanted to get this out of the way for people that might think that all this was AI generated. While AI generation tools might have been used for this production for anything from the background or to get ideas for lyrics, which is a very common use these days, this is actually just a digital product, no more than a cartoon, no matter what SM Entertainment or whoever else says. Maybe you've read something. So I will start with the song. I don't find something extremely special on it. It has this kind of trip-hop style. It's quite funny because my 6th first personal albums back in the late 90s were trip-hop. The question is, what else could they have done with this kind of character and this kind of setting? Should they have done a really strong dance track? I don't think so. This is actually nice for presenting the character. So to that extent, this is actually a nice instrumental. Now the vocals, as expected, they went very, very electronic to portray this kind of character that came out of the virtual world into the real world. It's really interesting because just like the character's face, which is a very interesting mix and combination of aespa's actual faces, so are the vocals. And the girls might have actually recorded the vocals, or they lend their vocal to an AI generation tool that could produce these vocals when they're fed with the lyrics. So to that extent, maybe yes, they did use AI tools, but these tools are not that much different than an audio engineer just sitting down and tweaking the vocals in unimaginable ways. The music video is very well done for what it is, which I will put it in the category of digital animation, but we also have real characters put on top of it. We've got plenty of this technology in modern K-pop music videos, but there have also been similar things done maybe 20-25 years ago. If you remember Animatrix, things like that. The technology slowly progressed to make these things easier, but they have certainly been around. And of course, you find a lot of this technology in video games. So yeah, actually it is a person dancing. It could be anybody from Karina to just a back dancer. On the other hand, since the face was gonna be edited, why would they bother bringing an actual idol to do this work, a very busy idol to begin with? So it might be actually anybody. It might be a trainee from SM that they have chosen for this role. In general, I think this is quite flawless to the execution. I'm talking about the visuals. It has really nice ideas in there. The characteristic scenes, of course, with the car. And it's a really nice mix between digital and real characters. Now that we've taken out of the way the production, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, which is, who is this product for and is this the future of K-pop? Personally, I certainly hope not. Will AI assist the production of K-pop in the future? Well, it already does. A lot of tools that they are using for the audio production, for the video production, they already use AI technology, although that's a bit loose definition, of course. I also know for a fact that AI tools are used for lyrics writing and also to get ideas for musical compositions. So to say AI will be used in the future, it's actually wrong because it's already used. The real AI, which are the tools to assist. So here is why I think this kind of product is just a gimmick right now, and it's not gonna survive the test of time. People usually have a hard time to imagine the future. Their thoughts are usually based on what's happening now, and they attempt to project it to the future, but forget to actually compensate for the change of elements. A good example is this fear of AI taking over our jobs. And most people, of course, say this is a bad thing because how I'm gonna make money and survive? Well, maybe in the future society, you don't have to make money to survive. Maybe you can just survive because AI is doing the actual work. How about that? This is an example to explain what I was saying just before. So with the same kind of thinking, projecting what's happening now with AI, I think in the quite near future, a lot of content, including the one I'm actually doing right now, is not gonna require somebody to actually sit down and do it. We're gonna move on from this kind of user-generated content, and we're gonna move to an era that anybody can just say what they want to watch, and it's gonna be right there in front of them, generated and streamed live. So for example, you would be able to say, hey, I want to watch a music video that has girls' generation vibes, but it's the aespa characters and sounds a little like Le Seraphim. And boom, it's gonna just start playing for you without anybody actually having created that kind of content. And while you're watching, maybe you don't really like this and say, hey, change the characters to BTS. And boom, magically everything happens in front of your eyes. Or you might say, change the song a bit. And that kind of entertainment will have many, many extensions. So you see why this kind of content will not be very relevant in the near future, because you will be able to generate for yourself infinite versions of anything you want. Similarly, sites like YouTube that people actually create this kind of content are gonna disappear, and we're gonna get to a a new era with automatic user-generated content, let's call it. Another very quick example, maybe you want to make a kimchi jjigae and you can say, hey, nævis, or whoever your AI input character is, I actually want to make a kimchi jjigae, show me a tutorial where Karina is making kimchi jjigae. So the big question is, what happens to the real artists and the big celebrities? When people will be able to have all this user-generated content in front of their face whenever they want, whatever they want, will they still like to follow imperfect idols and celebrities? Certainly hope that's gonna be the case, that we're not gonna live completely the reality for the digital world. There's way more talent out there right now compared to the money that can be invested in producing them. Don't be tricked thinking this music video right here didn't use a lot of money to be created, perhaps even more than producing a music video for real artists. But when you have real artists, you have to actually pay for a lot of things, starting from the dorms, their food, their manager, transportation fees, and most importantly, boom, you actually have to pay them. You have to sit down and sign a contract with them. They have their own personalities and they might not like something the production is doing. All of that now is gone with nævis. So you see where this is going. SM Entertainment just created a product, a marketable idol that they don't have to pay ever. They just have to pay for the production costs. You just have a digital character or a digital slave doing everything for you without ever getting paid, without ever complaining, without ever getting tired. Of course, they cannot go out there in concerts and perform, but I'm pretty sure SM is going to find new ways to generate some income from this. So you see, as an artist, developer, and producer, why I don't really like this kind of idea right here. The whole point I like this kind of work is because I get to work with a real person, a real artist. And the greatest thing about real artists, they have flows. And the adventure is to convert those flows into unique attributes and skill set. When all of that is gone out of the way, we get something like this. But that's the technical and serious ways to see this. You can still watch this as Toy Story and say, hey, this is fun, this is just an animation, June, you're overreacting. Well, this is actually not the first product like this. We already have similar products out there, and I know a lot of people working on this, and they're getting new ideas and very excited about creating their own AI girl group, for example. So in my opinion, this cannot exactly be avoided, and I think we're gonna have an era that we're gonna see a lot of these, till actually the real AI, as I explained before, is gonna kick in and just destroy everything. Whether this is gonna be successful, it depends on people's support and if people can actually generate money with it. As I said, there are real people doing all the work behind this, but so is every other production. When aespa makes a new music video, you just see 4 girls, for example, and you're just focusing on them and say, wow, they made a nice song. And that's exactly how marketing works. The reality is, though, that there are like 100 people behind them that actually produce this, and the girls had from 0 to some minimal contribution, and they're the performers of the product, which is fine. That's how pop music is. So in general, do I like this? As a general product, yeah, it's fine. I think it's enjoyable to watch a couple of times, but as a movement right now, I hope this will not expand a lot and will remain a gimmick. Because the last thing we need is more people idolizing perfect versions of people that don't really exist anywhere. Just like Instagram is these days, that people upload their photos after having done extreme processing on them, and people that just scroll through, they're like, oh, how pretty she is, or how awesome he is, and all this kind of stuff. They really build a mentality that they can never reach that level, and they start feeling bad about themselves. And do we really need all that? So that's my general opinion about this. I will keep following nævis and other similar products and try to see where companies are going, because perhaps I'm missing something. And this kind of content maybe unlocks some kind of potential that we cannot really see clearly right now. So let's see what the future holds for nævis and the whole industry.